And hopefully you are fine. Today we discuss about the archaeology or archaeology sites of the USA. Today we discuss about some beautiful place in the archaeology sites from point of view of the USA. Okay, let's start in it. First, I will start in Allegheny Portage Railroad. It is basically the construction of the old Portage Railroad from the Holdsburg to the Johnstown, 36 mile long, began in 1831 and took 3 years to the complete. It included tunnel 900 feet, 274-meter long, as well as a viaduct over the Little Comberg River upstream from the Johnstown. The vertical ascent from the Johnstown was 1,172 feet, 357 miles. The vertical ascent from the Hollidaysburg was 1,399 feet, 426 miles. The project was financed by the state of the Pennsylvania as a means to compete with the Erie Canal in New York and the Chesapeake and the Ohio Canal and the Bellmore and the Ohio Railroad in the Maryland. The work was done largely through private contractors. The railroad utilized 11 grade lines and 10 cable inclined planes, 5 on either side of the summit of the Allegheny Ride, to carry loaded canal boats on the flatbed railroad cars. Trains of 2-3 cars were pulled on the grade lines by mules on inclined planes. Stationary steam engines pulled up to the lower down cars by the hemp rope, switching to the wire ropes in 1852. The entire main line system connecting Philadelphia and Pittsburgh via the Philadelphia Columbia Railroad, the Columbia Hollidaysburg Canal, the Portage Railroad linking Hollidaysburg to the Johnstown, and the canal from the Johnstown to Pittsburgh was 400 miles, 644 kilometers long. A typical ride took 4 days instead of the former 23-day horse wagon journey. The old Portage Railroad was then operation for the 20 years, being considered the wonder of America. Charles Dickens wrote a contemporary account of the travel on the railroad in the chapter 10. Like, for example, he is a researcher of his American notes, quoted at the length, and in the Pennsylvania Guide, Dickens describes travel on the portage in 1852, describing aspects of the portage railroad, immediate social and geographic context, as well as the mechanical strategy used by the railroad for coping with the steep grades encountering of the route. In the 1850s, the main line of the public works and its portage railroad was rendered obsolete to the advance of the railway technology and the railroad engineering. Early in the 1850s, 1846, the legislative chartered the Pennsylvania Railroad to cross the entire state in response to the plans by the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad to reach the Ohio Valley through Virginia. In December 1852, trains started to the run between the Philadelphia and the Pittsburgh, shortening the travel time from the 4 years to the 13 hours. Construction of the new Portage Railroad, a 40-mile realignment to the cross the Allegheny Ride by passing incline, started in 1951 and the cost of $2.14 million. The PRR raised sufficient investment and had enough quick success that they bought the existing Portage Railroad and other part of the main line of the public works from the state on the July 31, 1857. The PRR abandoned most of the line and used the rest of the local branches. Anything of the value was either sold or shipped from the Allegheny Portage Railroad. National historical sites. If we discuss about the more the thing like national historical site was established on 1296 acre 524 hectare in 1964, and it is about 12 miles 19.3 kilometer west of Altona. In Blair and Cambria counties, the Park Services operates the visitor center with the interpretive exhibit near the old line nearby in the Samuel Lemon House, a travel located alongside the railroad near the crescent that was the popular stop for the railroad passenger. It has been converted into a historical museum by the National Park Services. The NBP also maintains a length of the reconstructed track and engine house with the exhibit, a picnic area and hiking trails. Askew Arch Bridge, a masterwork of the cut stone construction, is another feature of the site near the Lehman House. The bridge is 60.4 feet, 18.4 meter long on the south elevation, 54.9 feet, 16.7 meter long on the north elevation, and 22.2 feet, a 6.8 meter height. It was the only bridge on the line that was built on the Carrier Road. A staple band tunnel is preserved as a separated unit of the historic site, 5 miles east of the Johnstown. So hopefully you like my articles, listeners. So if you like my articles, please subscribe me, comment section. You can give me comments, add a bell. You can simply push the bell button, and then we will be provide you a new and more informative videos for you, which will be to make this interesting point of view and give you some beautiful information. So if you like it, please describe me. Okay, I say goodbye. Next video I will see you. Okay.